I had an unexpected opportunity to pray with a neighbor a few weeks ago. This neighbor let me know about a year ago that she had been diagnosed with cancer, and she was always really good about asking how Danny was doing too. And so she had been on my thoughts here and there, but not enough to really connect with her and pray with her. Um, but what was on my mind a lot was the tragedy of the yard next door and the frustration of the junk in between our houses. And so I was a little bit less patient, I guess, after Danny's passing and decided that I was going to address the issue. And so I sent a text trying to be compassionate yet direct and saying that it needed to be addressed, and I'd be happy to help do that to get things ready for the neighborhood junk drop off. Well, I didn't hear anything back, and that time came and went. A few weeks ago, I went over and I talked to the family about the state of the yard in between our houses and letting them know I really did need it to be addressed. And I let them know that I had sent a text message to the neighbor, and they said, well, her phone's been turned off because she doesn't need it anymore, and then invited me in to see the neighbor. And so my immediate resistance was COVID-19 related, but also that it's a little uncomfortable sometimes to be that vulnerable with people I'm not close to. But I put a mask on and I walked into the home, and I walked down the hallway to see the neighbor, and most likely she is on hospice. Was in her bed. She smiled and welcomed me in, and we talked for a moment, and she reassured me that her pain was being managed well. And I asked to pray with her and invited her granddaughter that was there in the room and plays with Carly to sit in with us. And I took her hand and we prayed for several minutes, and she was very verbal and praying along with me. And I really felt the presence of Christ there with us. And it was such a fulfilling and warm experience. And the prayer also changed my heart in the direction that I was going with handling this situation. And so I left there feeling connected to my neighbor, connected to God, and connected with who I am again, as far as the way that I want to love others and handle situations in my neighborhood. And so, lo and behold, later that day, some of the weeds and things were getting taken care of in the front yard. I also got loved on a little bit by fulfilling um, the love of God to others. So take deep breaths, step into those uncomfortable areas, and reach out and love and pray with your neighbors.